Hello everybody, this is Mario Ranchi, brand strategist and founder of Manufacture, and today with another episode of Demystifying Brand Jargon. So today we're going to talk about cross-pollination. And this word sounds very, very, very weird and scary, but I'm going to break it down and it's going to be fine. Don't worry. So the first thing is pollination. What is pollination? And pollination is basically going around and, it's basically when bees go around and they, go from one flower to another, right? And they pollinate, they take the honey from that, they pollinate the flowers grow, and blah, 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 all that stuff. So what the hell does this have to do with branding? Well, a lot, actually. In branding, the idea is to differentiate with purpose. Right? It's the first and foremost thing, is to be aligned for customers and to differentiate with purpose. So cross-pollination can help you do that. Cross-pollination is basically the idea that you can take from different industries and combine each one industry with another to find a new industry, and it could be the values of one industry, or the context of another industry, and you can combine that to create a completely new industry, right? And this can also come from, if you have a workplace of people who are from various different backgrounds, not just racially, but culturally, and also diversity of idea is as well, meaning that they have various different interests in things. They're not generalists, but they have different interests in things. So let's say you have there were a lot of people who were working on the Apple, the Apple Mac, the first one. I don't know the name of it, I'm not an Apple fanboy, but the first one, and many of those people were, first and foremost, of course, developers, coders, whatever, but outside of that, they were musicians, they had interest in different things, there was a lot of, cross-pollination between ideas, and those ideas, like Steve Jobs coming in with typography, right? Learning typography from design, and then coming in and saying, now we need the computer to have beautiful typefaces as a requirement, where Microsoft did not care about that because they never experienced that industry firsthand, so they never knew the value of that thing. So when you did put it in, it became an incredibly interesting thing, now that you were able to create beautiful typefaces inside a computer, thanks to Steve Jobs coming from a background of typography, and he was able to insert it into the computer world. And from there so Apple was basically a combination of not just being computer-based and developer-based, but a combination between design methodology, which was from the Bauhaus, which was from just Dieter Rams, just the simple extension of yourself. This was taken into computers, and that's how they grew a company like Apple, and they made products that were incredibly, incredibly useful, incredibly popular. So yeah, there's many different things you can take from to create, and the whole thing is about merging the connection perfectly, right? Because you can't cross-pollinate between an industry that has no point in doing it, right? Unless you always have to find a connection between the two. It can never be just because. Always a purposeful connection between the two industries. And once you get that, you might have a valuable differentiator that differentiates your brand in that way as well. Yeah, that's it, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time on Demystifying Brand Jargon.